pipe in.
He may want to talk about it. In fact, we will do that. That's a great idea. All right, we're recording. It's now time. So, hi, everyone, and welcome. Enjoy what we've got here for you as it starts in 3, 2, 1.
Understand, everything we learned this week confirms what we already knew.
The morning stream. I will feast on your soul.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the TMS show. That's short for the morning stream for May 11th, 2020. I'm Scott Johnson with and around and for Brian Ibbett.
Ooh, for me. All right. Time for me, too.
I am for you, Orica Vold.
What's that, Van? Timmy fell down the well?
So I got this is actually I played that for a reason. So we got to hang out with the little dude for real this weekend for Mother's Day. So I told you before the break or before the weekend that we were going to have the kids were all going to be here. We had all these plans to the two youngest were going to come and detox, take showers as soon as they got here. They're already super self-contained, but we're just doing all the extra precautions.
Absolutely.
And anyway, Taylor and the baby and Dylan were here. And so everybody was here, and it was great. And I got to hang out with the kid a whole bunch. So made a bunch of little recordings while he was here, and that was one of them. And decided to play here on the show because what else are you going to do with audio like that, right?
Super cute.
Yeah.
Was he hearing himself? Like, I know that sometimes if you're recording yourself, you hear yourself, you start like bab, 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 bab to see like the needle move or the lights move, or you hear it in your head, that sort of thing? Or
well,
was it?
close. So this was a selfie video, and then I capture the audio from it. He loves to watch his face while he talks into the phone. And so,
Which of us doesn't?
I mean, honestly. I mean, he's a YouTuber in the making, really.
FaceTime isn't about you. It's about me.
Yeah. Get Snapchat on his phone now. We're going to town, but he's old enough now to be babbling a ton and not saying any real English words, but we figured that stuff's right around the corner. So anyway, it was very nice. Like, it's just great to hang out with him and talk with him and have him just cuddle with you and just be with him. Like, it made my whole weekend better. But as a result, I screwed up. Got so busy with having everybody around, and it was, we were making breakfast and lunches and dinners, and we weren't going anywhere. We were, contained here. So lots of activities here at the house, but in all the hubbub of it all, despite the fact that all the kids had their Switches and we all had Animal Crossing with us and we were trading things back and forth and doing local play and all of that.
Yeah.
I freaking forgot on Sunday to get my damn turnips. I totally forgot.
It's funny because last week you were so hooked on the turnip market. Like, you were so, oh my God, Brian, this is like, I bought all these turnips and I'm going to turn around and sell them for so much. And that's all right, dude. Listen, you take 1 week off of the stock market and it'll be there. It'll come back Sunday. It'll be back.
It'll always be back. This random freaking out of
Daisy
nowhere.
May and her damn turnips will be back walking your beaches.
So you bought, we'll talk to Dunaway about this a little bit and find out where he's at with it. But you bought 2 full loads, 2 full inventories.
I bought 2 full loads. Here's what I did. The nerd, right?
Yeah.
Ready? This is min-maxing Animal Crossing. Saw that they were 91 per on my beach. Daisy May had them for 91 each.
Yeah.
So I multiplied 91 times 40 because that's how much you can fit in your bag.
Yeah.
And took that much money to her so that, because if you have extra cash, sometimes if it doesn't fit, like if you've got more than 100,000 bells, you have to have a sack in your bag, in your storage, or not storage, but
your inventory
on your person, your inventory that takes up a spot. So it's like, no, I want to have just enough so that I can buy them all.
Yeah.
And then, so I did that twice, loaded up my basement with them, and I'm really hoping that I continue this lucky streak of knowing somebody over the week, either through the AIE guild, group, which is what it's mostly been, or through this other group that I belong to that spun off of the Pokemon Go podcast.
Yeah, you can get a bunch of people on
And,
Twitter as well that'll just like pop up and go, "Hey, my turnips are 517. Get in here," or whatever.
Yeah, and there's there's places online. There's that not Turnip Profit. Turnip Profit's pretty good. That's the thing that'll tell you, give you an estimate of when you think your high of the week is going to be, and if you're going to be on a large spike or a small spike just by entering in your data.
Yeah.
I've already found out that I've gone from a fluctuating schedule last week to potentially fluctuating this week with only a high of about 130.
Oh,
That's
Lord.
bogus.
Wow.
That's lame.
Yeah,
I don't care about
that is lame. You can also go to
anyway,
turnip.exchange is another kind of cool place.
That's the big one right there.
Yeah.
And that's the one where you've got, hey, I've got 637 on my island. You have to pay me 100,000 to go into my island, and I have a queue of 3 people, and there's a waiting list of 118 that you have to wait behind.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts. It's a really cool interface, though. I love this website.
It's an incredible interface, and a listener to the show, the guy that I went to the beer fest last year with, it's a buddy of his that developed this.
Oh, no way! That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you guys with the connections. You should. I don't know how it would benefit you to know who made this, but I don't know. See if you can get on the inside there, Brian. Get a little a little inside info on turnips.
I know, right? Shouldn't I be able to say, shouldn't I be able to do something where I can say, hey, I'm friends with the owner. No queue. No queue for me.
Yeah,
Thanks.
no queue for me. I would like to be right in. Thank you very much.
Exactly.
Anyway, we're gonna ask Dunaway how he's doing today too with his World of Animal Crossing, because honestly, it's the only thing I make sure I do every stinking day. Like I'm in this game the way you were and are with Pokemon Go, like that level of checking in, checking out, make sure I'm doing my stuff, get my chores done, do at least one island a day.
Do a task. Right, do one task a day, spin a Pokestop, catch a Pokemon, and keep advancing that streak.
Sure.
Etc.
All that stuff.
So we had the kids come over almost as kind of a surprise Sunday morning as well. They called and asked if they could come bring Tina's present over. I'm like, oh yeah, come on over. So they came over. Now we also did the distancing, no hugs or anything like that. Kept that on the the 6 feet or more. They have a brand new kitten, a tiny kitten. The person that supplied the kitten, or that whose cat had a litter, there was something that forced them to kind of separate the kittens from the cat earlier than they usually do.
Okay.
So it is teeny tiny, and someday this week I'll have him down here with me. But he so that brings me to the thing. We're actually keeping an eye on this kitten while they're at work for the next couple weeks, just because he's so small. They don't want to leave him alone. All 3 of them are working, so they're having me or us manage it. Tina, of course, it's like a new baby for Tina. Basically,
of course. You love the kitties, though. You guys love the little
we
kitties.
do. We love the kittens and the cats and all the cool cats and kittens.
Yeah.
But I noticed that I turned into a Jewish mother when the kids came over. So for Mother's Day, I went to this local family-owned restaurant, family franchised restaurant, Village Tavern, and picked up their Mother's Day special, which was a quiche Lorraine, some potatoes, some bacon. Oh, this maple bacon that's amazing. All sticky and
that's
yummy.
The best, yeah.
Some muffins, a big thing of fruit, etc. And it was, you pick up the whole thing and then put it in the fridge. Sunday morning comes, throw it all in the oven except for the fruit, and and bake it all and get it ready.
Yeah.
And of course, we had a little bit left over. So the first thing I do when the kids come in, are you hungry? Do you guys want to take some food? But you look hungry. Are you hungry? Are you guys eating enough? You want to take some food? Here's some potatoes and some bacon. Take it home with you and eat it.
Oh, that's sweet, though.
So,
Brian turning all grandma on everybody. I like that.
Yeah,
Nothing
totally
wrong with
fine.
that.
And then
great.
I laid the guilt on them.
Oh.
How come you never visit anymore? What's with... Is it just because of the COVID? You never visit anymore.
You never come because of the Rona. I hear a lot of people saying Rona now. They call it the Rona.
The Rona?
That's the fun way of saying it, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta come up with fun ways.
It's better than calling it the vid. Hey, you got the vid?
Yeah. I don't like the vid either. I don't like any shortening of any of it. Just like
No, it doesn't need to be shortened. There are things that don't need to be shortened. Probs? No.
Right.
No, we can say probably. We're fine saying probably.
this is all true, all of it, every word you say. Hey, quick note.
Yeah.
Okay, so while the kids were here, my daughter Taylor was adamant that me and Carter finally watched the newish but final season of Samurai Jack that came out like a year or two ago, whatever it was.
Okay.
So there was, for those who followed Samurai Jack's development when it was hot and on TV back in the day, an amazing show, totally groundbreaking stuff. Put Genndy Tartakovsky on the map. Like, it's amazing stuff, right? If you've never seen Samurai Jack, you should do yourself a favor and watch all of it. Anyway, all those old seasons were amazing. Very, very cool stuff. But then it stopped unceremoniously because it got canceled. He went off to do movies. They just stopped doing it. And the world mourned, okay? It sucked because no Samurai Jack. And Carter and I mean, if you ask Carter what her number one artistic influence outside of me bugging her in the house, it was Samurai Jack. And you can see it in her style.
I can see that. Yeah, I totally see that in her
You
stuff.
can see it in her style. Her style is very reminiscent of that stuff. So anyway, it was a big deal in our house, but we had been putting off watching this. So a couple of years ago, a year ago, whatever it was, they came all back together to put one final finished season together to end it all. And I had heard raves about it. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, you got to see it. Also, they premiered it and only showed it on Adult Swim because they decided this could have blood in it and stuff like that. So it's a little more violent. Most of the old Samurai Jacks were action oriented and violent, but it was always violence against like machines, and instead of blood, there was oil pouring out of these beheaded robots and junk like that. This thing had more of a serious take, I guess. But anyway, we have been avoiding it. So Taylor says, you're going to watch it with me. I'm sick of you guys putting this off. It's amazing. You have to sit down and watch it with me. So we watched it. It's really freaking good. Cannot recommend it enough. Normally this would be a recommendal this week, but it's older and I have two others anyway. So I'm just going to get it out of the way right now and say, if you didn't see the final season of Samurai Jack, y'all need to watch it. Captain Kipper says, but isn't Samurai Jack stylized like Powerpuff Girls? Well, it's stylized. It's a cartoon.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know what you're asking.
I'm sorry. Were you hoping for realism?
Yeah, it's very stylized. It's got some anime influences in terms of some of the action. It's very iconic and lots of moments of silence and amazing sound work and incredible background art. Like, it's really something. If you've never seen it, do yourselves a big fat favor and plop your butts down and watch that thing because it is cool. And the Cartoon Network app, by the way, is pretty good. They only make you watch 2 ads during the showing of anything on there. And so if you can't get it any other way, you can get it on that. Okay. Cool. Speaking of cartoons, there's a brand new Fred McCann up. I put it up this morning. And this one is all about try not to let your doodle show while you're having a video conference. If that intrigues you, then go check it out at fredandcan.com and find out how Fred screwed up, because boy howdy did he screw up. Maybe he'll still get the job. I don't know. He may still get the job.
What job is he applying for?
That's a good question. I don't know what I would want. I haven't decided what he's in. Like, what is his...
If he's applying for a job at Noodles, then maybe it's okay to have your doodle.
Yeah, Doodles. Doodles and Company.
Doodles and Company.
That's the one. Anyway, it's very cool, and you guys should go check it. I guess it's cool. I don't know. I drew it, so I don't have the right perspective, but I think other people like it, so maybe you will too. fredandcan.com. Check it out. All right, we got an email question for Brian to start the morning off before we get to Dunaway.
All right.
And it goes...
I am wearing pants.
Oh, good. Well, it goes like this. Hi, Scott.
Is that
Brian.
not the question?
No.
Okay,
it's a question that's always on our mind, but this is not this time. Not this one.
Not here, not now.
Not here, not now. It says this. Hi, Scott and Brian. I got a question for Brian. I'm attempting a quiz night during the lockdown for my work team. We are respiratory nurses supporting asthma and COPD patients in the community. So as you can imagine, work has been serious and stressful. I've often heard Brian talking about his quiz nights, especially the puzzle ones. Any idea where I can source some of the puzzle ideas that would work well over video link? Obviously, I could send emails and stuff, of stuff to print out prior to the quiz. Your help would be much appreciated. I want to make a little bit different than your usual general knowledge pub quiz. Also, I've been listening to you guys for 3 years now. And only just jumped into the tadpole. Biker Girl Bex is her name. Can't believe I waited so long. What a fun and lovely community you have, Bex. So
she's 100% right about the community is fun and lovely.
Yes, love or you could say lovely and fun.
You know who you are.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Oh yeah.
you know.
Mm-mm. So what do you say to somebody who's looking for general good pub quiz sort of stuff?
Boy, are you in luck, Bex. Yeah, now is a great time to be doing this sort of thing if you're trying to steer away from the typical online trivia stuff. And boy, has that stuff exploded. So many Twitch trivia things you can do right now, and a buddy of mine is doing one that I'll recommend as we get closer to Thursday because he has his own.
Sure.
And he feels like he's done it enough weeks that it's ready for prime time, even though it's already in prime time.
Nice.
But the puzzling stuff, the cool thing about Puzzled Pint, and that's the one I go to, puzzledpint.com. This was prior to the lockdown. This was the thing that we would do the second Tuesday of every month. Me and Tina and the Moores, Nikki and Clark, would go to a different pub every month and do these puzzles. Here's the great thing about those. Their entire catalog is online, free to download. So if you go to puzzlepint.com, you can look at past puzzles. I'm going to pull it up right now so that I can describe it accurately. If you go to the very top, puzzlepint.com, at the very top, you see puzzles, and you get all of the archives for the entire duration that they've been doing it. And the cool thing is you can take a look at these and say, oh, you know what? We really like the TV show Friends. Let's do the Friends one. Or there's one based on Labyrinth, or there's one based on The Dark Crystal, or based on The Muppet Show, or Die Hard, or whatever.
Right.
I would recommend staying away from the December groups because they usually are a meta puzzle over the last 12 months.
Yeah.
So if you really want to go big, then do 11 months of puzzles and then do the December for that one.
Yeah.
But they're great. They're a lot of fun. And it's a great bonding, like team building experience. It's tough to do solo because you find that people have different advantages or different strengths that they didn't realize they had. Like, oh yeah, I can look at a jumble of about 12 letters and instantly see what you can unscramble them into. Or this guy right here knows the NATO alphabet, or this person over here is really good with binary. So definitely look at downloading some of those. Oh yeah, there's a Nightmare Before Christmas, there's Pokemon. I remember all these. Like, I remember doing all of them. And the one from last month, from April, was great. It did involve some cutting out some paper, like cutting out scissors and tape and stuff.
Yeah.
But still totally worth it.
Some paper cutting out.
Cutting out.
All right.
Well, the reason I say that is that's a little bit harder to do as a group over Zoom. Like, everybody will still want to download their own copy of the sheets.
Yeah.
And there's usually 5 or 6 sheets a month to download and print out. But being able to say, okay, yeah, for number 4, I think what we're going to do is this, and describe it, as opposed to holding up a piece of paper you cut out and say, well, I think if we line these up with this, then it's going to be a little bit trickier. So, it's
that's fun having that
anyway.
physicality stuff, but you're right, harder to do, I guess. But if she's gonna send them things to print out, I mean, maybe there's some possibilities there. What's the website again? The URL?
Puzzledpint.com.
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 There you go. So let us know, Bex, how that goes for you. And
definitely print out in addition to the puzzles, you're also going to want one of the let's see if it's resources. You're going to want a sheet that looks something like.
Yeah.
Oh, do I have one handy? I don't have it handy.
Oh.
But it's basically it's called the Puzzled Pint code sheet. You'll find it under resources. And it is a grid that gives you, for every letter, you get the decimal number that goes along with it, the binary, the ternary, the hex, the Morse code, the Braille, the semaphore, and the Pigpen code for each one.
Yeah.
So that this is like you're going to want one of these for every member on your team.
Oh, nice. Okay, look, see, this is great advice.
Yeah.
Did you know you were going to get this much great advice, Bex? Did you know? I don't know if you knew that you'd get this much good advice. So take that stuff and go for it, and let us know how your games go. And we hope to hear from you again. Always happy to hear when someone else joins the Tadpool, though. It makes me very happy.
Oh, I do love that. Yes.
Yeah.
Especially she's been listening for 3 years and just finally jumped in the Tadpool. Technically, you were part of the Tadpool the moment you started listening. It's just the chat room is the Tadpool we can see,
Yeah.
but everybody who's listening is part of the Tadpool that we can't see.
We're like a cult without the Kool-Aid part. So
Right. Oh, I don't know. I had Kool-Aid. Me and the Tadpool drank Kool-Aid at the last
yeah.
TMS Vegas. I don't know about you.
Yeah, you guys drank the Kool-Aid. You just didn't end up in a pile of death after, which is good.
Yes, we did.
All right.
We licked Cleo's arm.
Yes. Well, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't want to?
Mhm.
Those guys over at Wicked Truth. You're right. The guys over at the freaking Diamond Club. That's a true cult. Y'all gonna die over there eventually. Okay. Actual death cult.
It's an actual cult.
Yeah. We know all about that. All right, we're gonna get Dunaway in here. We're gonna get you in here. That is to say, a listener, and we are gonna play Babble Royale right now, right here. If I can just find the button, here it is. And we are doing Babble Royale with our good pal, Mr. Brian Dunaway, who's on the line. Brian Dunaway, hello and welcome. How are you?
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Hi.
Pals.
Hi, pal.
Hello.
Pal of ours. Hey, what
Pal.
are you doing?
Buddy.
What are you doing today? You're a required employee of the world. You're what's it, essential?
Essential
Yeah.
worker.
How's that going? Everything good? You all right?
Save me.
All right, we're coming for you, man. Get ready for us. We're coming.
Oh, my
Um,
gosh.
Hey, it's nice to hear
The
your
great
voice.
Mother's Day massacre of 2020.
Yeah,
When everybody decided to give their mom COVID
yeah,
for Mother's Day.
that's the big worry, right? People
by
we care.
going shopping
yeah,
like Mother's Day weekend
yeah.
was, I don't know, a holiday of some sort.
My
But
mom,
not during a pandemic.
my mom and my wife both said, "Don't shop for me. Just
Right.
whatever." So the kids all did stuff that was totally not things you have to buy. It was very nice.
Right, right.
Hey, so let me ask you this about your turnips, okay, real quick.
Let's ask Brian about his turnips.
Yeah.
Right now they're kind
One
of
larger than the
sweaty.
other? Are they sore?
Do you go do you go and get them all on the Sunday, or do you care about that, or how are you on the turnip market?
Oh yeah. Okay. So the turnip works like this for me. I know there's charts out there. I don't care. I know that there's an economy. I don't care. I purchase what I have at the time. This past week, I had enough to fill up my pockets.
Yeah.
So I did. I filled them up once. I went and dropped them off at the house in my turnip room, and I let it be.
Yeah.
Now, this week, I will casually check a couple of times a day as the prices change at 12. And if I see a good price, I'll drop them off. If somebody happens to mention, hey, I've got, they're buying them for 500.
Yeah.
Opens their trench coat and says, "Psst,
Yeah,
hey, buddy,
psst.
I
Yeah.
got a place you can sell your turnips."
Yeah.
I'm not getting into your little turnip economy. No, sir. I'm just, I'm a casual turnip player. You know what I'm saying?
I get
Just,
you. That's kind of me,
I'm
I
like
think.
a little day trader. Not gonna
Sure. I think I'm with you.
catch me do anything.
Having that become the end all be all of the experience is doesn't sound fun to me. But
Disappointing, right?
but when you make
buy low, must sell high.
yep.
Right.
And when you
Snort
make
a lot of cocaine in between.
when you make a tidy profit, it is a kind of a jolt of I don't know.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, when I show up my store and I'm like, oh, I bought them for 100 and they're buying them back for 3. I'm like, sweet.
Yeah,
Right.
it's pretty good.
But other than
'Cause
that,
then-
I'm not going to
Because
sweat it.
then you can walk up to Tom Nook and go,
Right. Right.
Yep.
Here's your
your money,
bills."
Tom Nook. Get off my back.
Yep.
Right.
Well, now that I'm in the final house thing, all I have to do is pay it off, right? So it's not really that bad. Like getting $2 million to pay that thing off is not going to be too hard if I play the market right.
Absolutely.
Once that's over, forget it. I don't even know if I care about turnips after that because then you just
Then I'm putting stairs all over my damn island.
Yeah.
Every stairs to nowhere. Like I'm basically going to create a cliff with my terraforming and make
Yep.
stairs that go up to the cliff, and that's it.
I got.
I started a maze on my island, so when you get off the plane, you're like, oh no.
Did you
Worst
wait?
everything.
Did you do? Are you doing a hedge maze? Or are you doing like a cliff build-up type maze? What do
Well,
you
I actually was. I had started with a hedge maze, but then I started playing around with some brick. I haven't finished it yet, but it'll probably end up all being hedge maze
That's
eventually.
Very cool. So I thought I had a cool basketball court because I got 2 basketball standards on both sides. I got a ball in the middle. I have a nice flooring for it, like the wood floor stuff. And then Taylor comes along. I go to her thing, and she's not only got all that, but she went and custom made all the white lines, the middle, like the jump shot,
wow.
the
Yeah.
jump thing line in the middle, the 2 free throw line curves. She made those. It looks like the legit thing. I'm so annoyed with her and her perfection island she has.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, there's your Animal Crossing update for the week or the day.
Yeah.
Who we kidding? Yeah, it's gonna come up again.
Turnips.
I guarantee. All right, we're gonna get. We have somebody on the line already. They've been very patient. We're gonna find out who it is. Hi, thanks for waiting. Who's this?
It's Paul from Canada.
Well, hello, Paul from Canada. Hold on. I've heard from you before, so I'm going to guess which part of Canada. Hold on, let me guess. Can you say,
Oh, he's getting so good he can recognize the individual province dialects.
yes.
Right. This
say,
never ends well, by the way.
Say where, can I get some poutine, please, or something like that.
Can I get some poutine, please?
All right, we're giving you,
Please let me partake in some of your poutine pie.
I'm going to say East Coast, what's the name of the freaking play? Oh, this is a little kid.
Ah,
East side of the country. We're gonna say what's your name? What's your capital?
Toronto.
No,
The
Toronto's
country
not,
capital?
Yeah, the country capital is not Toronto. It's
Ottawa.
It's Ottawa. There
Ottawa.
you go.
Ottawa.
not-
Ottawa.
It's not going well.
Am I close? Am I anywhere close?
Not even remotely close.
Dang it!
right.
I'm closer to you than I am to Ottawa.
Oh wow! All right, so
Are
you're way
you
over
up
on the
north in
west.
Calgary?
I'm in Calgary.
Okay, dang it.
There you go.
I knew I should have said Calgary. I almost did. Anyway, it's good to have you here. We're going to play a game. Brian's going to explain what the rules are, what the prizes are, and how you could win.
We've now shown our knowledge of Canadian capitals. At least I have.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Paul, we're going to give Scott and Brian a topic. They're going to go back and forth giving me answers that fit that topic. If one of them gives a wrong answer, a repeated answer, or they take too long to come up with an answer, the win will go to the other player. Your job is to predict who's going to come out on top based on the topic. Today, you're playing for a couple of Steam games that are really cheap to ship to Canada. Thank goodness. You're getting Lego Batman 3, which Alexander already had last week, so we couldn't give it to him again. And Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons.
Oh, that game is
that's a
so
good one.
cool. Oh, I love
Yeah, I
that
like that
game. Yeah, one of my favorites.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent. Good. But, you've got to win. And before you can win, we've got to start. And before they start, I've got to give them a topic. Our topic today comes to us from TMS Mashups Jamie. This is a good list, but it's a long list. And so I couldn't do this one as a printout. I've got to do it looking at the
Oh my
list
God.
in the spreadsheet.
Okay.
But you're not going to need all these. I have a list of 100 actors who have played the president in a movie.
Okay.
I want you to name as many as you can. And I will even I'll do a mulligan. Again, it's the same kind of situation where you can hold on to you basically can store one mulligan. You've got enough bag space for one mulligan.
My pockets are.
You can't
having-
stack mulligans.
Can't supersize them or anything.
That's right.
No.
But you only get it if you tell me what movie they played a president in.
Okay. Oh yeah, I like that. You
Oh.
did that last time. That was
Okay.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that should fit right in because
I think it should. I mean, because you can't really think of
Yeah.
the actor unless you think of the movie that they were in. So,
right.
100 actors that played a president in a film.
Okay.
All right. So, Paul, hearing their confidence level on that, who would you like to go first? And
no,
who do you
did
think
we
is going to win it?
express confidence? Is
Oh,
that what we?
whoops.
Is
No,
that what you call that?
just movies. Essential Tremor. Just to be clear, only
Oh, not
movies.
television.
Yeah.
No television.
No
No
television.
Bartlett.
What?
No Bartlett.
No Bartlett.
Bartlett's off the table.
And fake presidents, like basically. Let me make sure that I clarify. Fictional presidents. We're not looking
Oh.
for who
Okay.
who played Lincoln or who played.
Oh,
Right.
so can I ask you about one that I think
Yes.
would be an exception then? So Josh Brolin is
Yes.
in W would not count because he played.
It would not count
Okay.
because he was portraying a real president. So
Okay.
only fictional presidents in movies.
Only
I'm glad.
fictional presidents? Oh my
Only
God! Okay,
fictional
now you're
presidents
really
in-
messing with me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. I should have clarified that at the beginning. I'm glad that somebody asked that. Blue Ridge John, thank you for asking that because that is an important distinction
Yeah.
that would not work
All right. Fair enough.
with my list. Okay. Now we've got the rules. Paul, who do you want to go first, and who do you think is going to win?
Let's see. They both watch a lot of movies for Film Sack, so
Yeah.
they've probably seen half of these ones.
There are a lot of of film sack movies in this list.
A lot
Yes.
of bad
That's
presidents played in Film Sack movies.
Yeah.
So let's say we're going to go with Brian to win, and Scott can start.
All right. I will start then. I think it's actually kind of a toss-up because we are going to both know a lot of these. All right.
Yeah.
Let's start with. Oh gosh, who was I going to start with?
Jeez,
let's
we should
start.
with somebody.
Let's start with. I'm going to do kind of an odd one, but I just always remember it for some reason, and that's James Cromwell in the film The Sum of All Fears. The Jack, what's his name? Movies. Jack, not Reacher. No,
Around?
Jack, the other one. Jack
Sprat?
No, the one with Harrison Ford was in this one. He was the Jack something. There's a TV show on Amazon now with
It's in the Patriot games, and it was
Yes.
the thing with the guy, and he does the thing. Oh, what was his name?
Jack Ryan.
Oh shoot! Did you give it to him?
Of course.
I didn't give it to him. No, he came up with
Oh.
it. Yeah, we give it to him.
Oh.
So, but he named the movie. So before he
Yeah.
came up with so
Yeah,
that's
Jack Ryan
all
doesn't
we
matter
need.
here. All we need is James Cromwell and Sum of All Fears. And I'm
Come up
good.
here is you now have
Why
you
did
have
make us suffer through that rest of that stuff?
I don't know.
I didn't make
don't.
him.
He,
He just
make
wanted
me.
to.
Yeah, Brian.
because he wanted to.
Because Brian just
Because
let
they
me.
wanted to. Because
Yeah.
they wanted to.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going with a recent sack of 2012 with Danny Glover. He was so sad.
He was a sad president. President Thomas Wilson is the character he played. Yes, in 2012, which came out in 2009.
Okay.
I'm just going to stay here and get swept away by this tsunami.
Exactly. All right.
I'm going to say Aaron Eckhart in Olympus Has Fallen.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a good one to pick because Olympus has fallen and London has fallen.
Mhm.
You're not going to get 2 points for that, by the way.
Fair enough.
President Benjamin Asher is who Aaron Eckhart played.
I'm glad you're not making us say what the names of the presidents were because I don't remember that.
Oh,
no,
ooh,
but
that's
if
a good
you,
one.
they're fun. They're some fun names though. They have to come up with something that sounds presidential.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm going to say usually it's like things you would expect.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the greatest speech-making president of all time in a movie,
I know.
Bill
you're gonna say.
Pullman in Independence Day.
Nice one. Good pick.
And
Yes,
Oh.
Independence Day Resurgence.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
he
yeah,
also
yeah.
was. I don't think he was
He
still
was
president
only
of that one.
briefly. Yeah, he was.
Yes.
He wasn't. He didn't hang around the whole movie.
Yes,
Spoiler.
President Thomas J. Whitmore in
Mhm.
Independence Day and Independence Day Resurgence. He's listed in both, but he wasn't president in the sequel, obviously, because that'd be a long
President
long
of
tenure.
what?
Yeah.
All right. To the president who does not want you on his plane, Harrison Ford in Air Force
Oh,
One.
that's the next one I had.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that one. Get off my plane! Brrr.
Get off my
President, the most presidential sounding name ever, President James Marshall.
Oh, that's a great name for a
Air
president.
Force One, 1997.
That's a great movie too. We should watch
It
that
is.
for film
We
sack.
did.
We haven't done it for film
Did we
sack.
not film sacked Air Force One?
Nope.
Wow.
No,
I
we
really
didn't,
thought
did
we had.
we? Are you sure about that?
I'm pretty
Oh
sure
my
we did.
God.
What do we had?
That feels very
I don't think so. Maybe we did.
correct.
I've been wrong before.
Are you?
It's entirely possible.
I apparently think we film sacked every movie because anytime we bring up a movie and we say, have we film sacked that? I always say, oh, yeah, we totally have. And
Yeah.
Oh,
we never
totally.
had
It's
that.
not. I don't think it's in my feeds, but I can't
Rainbow
look yet.
Bright says we have not.
Okay.
So,
There you go.
Well, good.
Pretty
I
sure
trust
we
her.
haven't.
all right, back to you, Brian Dunaway.
Okay, I've totally forgotten everybody now. All right,
Good.
I've forgotten what I've said, and I've forgotten what Scott said.
That's
and oh
not
my
good.
God, I'm gonna go with I'm going to go with Morgan Freeman in Deep
Ah,
Impact.
damn it! That was
Morgan
my next
Freeman.
one.
That's a great one to pull because Morgan Freeman, not only president in Deep Impact, also acting president Alan Trumbull in Olympus Has Fallen,
Oh,
and then President Alan Trumbull in Angel Has Fallen.
I forgot about that.
All right. I don't know why I remember this one. I don't remember the movie name or the character, but I remember John Travolta did it once.
Yeah, that was one I was thinking too.
Nice. He did. He was in
What was it
let's
called?
see, Primary Colors.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah,
that's
that's
the
right.
one. Yeah.
I kept thinking it was Colors, but that's another film. That's a cop film.
Yeah,
was
that's not it.
President Jack Stanton, 1998 Primary
Colors.
Colors.
All right. Nice.
Okay.
Go ahead there.
Well, I'm going
Chief.
to go for the only president I probably ever voted for in the future.
Hmm.
Going to go with film sack favorite Idiocracy with Terry Crews.
Ah, shit.
Such a great one. Do you remember his name?
It was President. Oh God, it was something outrageous, and all I can see right now is what's his face in a room screaming Baton, and I can't remember.
Go away.
Baton.
I've lost
It's all
brain
right.
cells because of that.
President Dwayne Elizondo Mountain Dew Herbert Camacho.
Mountain Dew. That's right. Dang it.
It's so good. Who was saying he was baiting? It was
Dak
Oh,
Shepard.
Dak Shepard.
Dak Shepard.
Yeah.
That's it. Dak
Dak
Shepard.
Shepard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Baton.
All right.
Go away, Baton.
Michael Douglas in
Oh,
The
that's
American President.
Mhm. Very
That's a
good.
good
Yes. Playing a bachelor president who's horning in on Annette Bening, if I remember correctly.
It was Annette Bening. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, President Andrew Shepard, another well-crafted presidential sounding name.
Mm-hmm. Why not? Why not indeed? All right, Brian.
Yeah.
I was watching a documentary this weekend, and I remember them talking about Dave, which I have not seen in a very long time. But Kevin Kline was the president and the would-be president.
I
He
love
was
Dave. Dave's a great
Yes.
movie.
It is a great movie, and it's a great Kevin Kline movie too.
Yeah.
Yes, he plays President William Harrison Mitchell,
Wow.
1993. Dave.
Okay.
And now I'm just about.
Oh,
I'm having trouble reaching now because
you'll come up with more. I swear you will.
Jamie Foxx in
The other one.
White House Down or something.
Yeah, you just need Jamie Foxx.
Oh,
President James W. Sawyer, White House Down. I guess he has the same name as the guy from Lost. 2013 White House Down, Jamie Foxx.
Is the one that came out like the same month or year or whatever as Olympus Has Fallen, right?
Olympus Has Fallen. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the deep
just about
impact to its
every-
Armageddon.
Yeah.
Yeah, every world scale disaster movie. That's ones I've been trying to pick my brain on. Is going to have like some kind of appearance of the president.
For
in
sure.
some
If you think
form
of
or factor.
a disaster movie, you might be able to come up with the actor who played
Right.
president in that disaster movie.
Ah.
Yeah, they never do real ones in those.
Now I have one that's kind of. I was trying to remember who the.
Love it already.
I'm going with. How about I'm going with the one I was kind of hoping I wouldn't have to use so soon. Leslie Nielsen from Scary Movie, because there's a scene there where he's doing all the wrong things. Because was it George Senior that threw up on somebody, and there was
Yeah.
all these.
He threw
They
up
just
on the
had all this
Japanese
stuff that just-
Japanese prime minister when George
Yeah,
Senior was in
yeah.
office. Yeah,
President Baxter Harris in Scary Movie 3 and Scary Movie 4.
that's a cool president name too, even though it's a joke.
Yeah.
It is Baxter Harris.
All right, Danny Glover in that 2012 thing we just saw.
Yep, there you go. There's
That's a good one. Yeah,
a really good one to say. It's too bad Brian Dunaway said it as his first option.
Oh, he did? I missed it. Did he really say it?
He really
First thing I
said it.
said.
I get a mulligan,
you have
right?
earned a mulligan, so you have
Oh.
you'll throw your mulligan out right now.
Shit. Don't do that to me. I hate when I don't remember one that we've said.
You should say Morgan Freeman.
No, I remember that one. I remember Deep Impact. Oh, there's so many that are smaller roles.
They're still in this list, so
Right, but like
Being able to remember who they were. Is
if
the
I
problem,
could
right?
remember the name of the actor who was in Superman 2, for example, that had to kneel before Zod, I'd use him,
Yeah.
but I don't know his name.
Oh yeah, but he wasn't really
I mean, he was a president.
not for our.
and
He wasn't our generation's big
Well, you just had to be fake.
He wasn't an actor that we
would have recognized.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a name you know, but it's not one that's top of mind.
No, Gene Hackman wasn't the
Hell, I
president.
mean, you could even just throw out an actor and see.
That's what I was thinking earlier.
Mhm,
Oh, that's a funny way of thinking about this.
mhm. That's how I would have to do it. I'd have to think of the actor and say, have they ever played president? Probably.
Um.
I'm going with.
Oh.
There's
I got
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Okay.
Or do I?
or do it. Wait. Maybe not.
I can't remember if he ever played an actual president, or I'm thinking of something else. Oh, I got one, and it's totally legit.
Okay. Good.
This is the actor is Hank Azaria, and the president is President Arnold Schwarzenegger in the film The Simpsons movie.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's
President Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's good.
Oh, I feel good about that.
All right. So these are how I'm coming up with them. I'm thinking disaster movies because they always present a large actor in there, and then I'm always thinking of there's like the one that the Douglas one he mentioned earlier, which made me think about the comedies, and there's been several the President's Daughter movies,
Mhm.
and Michael Keaton was in one of them, and I can't remember which film it was, but he was her dad.
Mhm. Which would make
and
her
as
what?
president. Well, she was first daughter.
That's the name of the movie. First Daughter. 2004.
All right, name of the movie. Okay, first daughter. Okay, but
You've
what's the
already
other?
got your
Like,
mulligan. You've already got your mulligan, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
President Mackenzie, Michael Keaton, 2004 in the film First Daughter.
Okay.
you know, sad when it's always the first daughter. The subject of these films, because it's like an alternate princess version. There's never really the first son. They never really have that coming of age first son movie. Why haven't they had that yet?
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
I guess
Why is
American
that?
royalty.
I guess because we think of was it just Ronald Reagan Jr.? Remember Reagan's son?
Right.
It was pretty out there, but then we think of the Bush daughters, and it's like, oh
Right.
yeah, okay, he was nothing compared to the
Yeah.
hijinks from the Bush daughters.
Yeah,
I think
they were
it's
partiers.
plays to the American royalty idea, and so
Yeah,
it's like an
right.
American royalty story.
Mhm.
So
Okay. I am running real thin here now. I was sure Dunaway wasn't going to get that last one.
Yeah.
So now my brain is thinking of other cartoons,
right.
just in case, like another animated thing.
It's not a bad direction to go.
I don't know if this is going to count. This might be the end.
Okay.
In the film Osmosis Jones,
Oh my gosh, this is going to be great.
William
I hope it's
Shatner.
right.
William Shatner played the president of Bill Murray's body. It's not really the United States, though. It's not going to count,
No,
is it?
it's not,
That's
and it doesn't
interesting.
count.
Damn it! I tried. Okay, who did we miss? Or Brian, did you know any more than that?
No, but I was trying to think of other films where they've tried to kidnap the president, and I think we named. I'm surprised there's not more, but I think a lot of it's TV shows. I keep thinking of TV shows that did that.
So here's some interesting trivia. Stanley Anderson played the president in both Armageddon and The Rock. Came out within
nice.
2 years of each other.
That's great.
Dan Aykroyd in My Fellow Americans.
Oh, I never saw that.
Bruce Boxleitner in Contagion. Jeff Bridges in The Contender, and Lloyd Bridges in Hot Shots Part 2.
Dang
George
it! Of course.
Clooney in Spy Kids 3D, Game Over. Stephen Colbert.
dang it.
This is what I thought you were going to go with. Stephen
How did I
Colbert.
forget that one?
Monsters and Aliens.
Oh,
He was the
Monsters and
president.
Aliens, Stephen Colbert. I totally
Yeah.
forgot.
Ronnie Cox played the president in Captain America, Martians Go Home, Murder at 1600, and Nadia's
Oh, I
Promise.
feel so foolish. I didn't think about any of those.
No. They don't-
Uh,
Of course, they talk to the president.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Cuban in Sharknado 3, which I don't think that's the one we
No.
watched for film segment.
Wait a minute. Mark Cuban is in that?
Mark Cuban was in that as the president. Yeah.
What the frick?
Let's see here. William Devane in The Dark Knight Rises is a
Okay.
good one. Richard Dreyfuss in Failsafe. R. Lee Ermey in The Omega Code 2.
Oh, yeah.
No.
William Fichtner in Independence Day Resurgence
Okay.
took over for Pullman. Henry Fonda in both Meteor and Failsafe.
Okay.
I don't remember either one of those.
Andy Garcia in the most recent in Geostorm. Louis Gossett Jr.
Oh.
in Left Behind, World at War, and Solar Attack, 2 different movies.
Yeah.
Bruce Greenwood.
Oh,
National
Bruce Greenwood.
Treasure, Book of Secrets, and The Kingsman Golden
Dang it.
Circle.
I knew that. Oh, Bruce Greenwood.
Gene Hackman in 2 movies.
Oh, you real
Absolute
for
Power.
real? Because I almost said Gene Hackman.
I know you should have. You were
What
you
was-
were
what
mouthing
movies?
it. And you should have gone through it. Absolute Power and Welcome to Mooseport. He was in 2 of them.
Welcome to Mooseport.
Welcome
That's
to
with,
Mooseport was
Raymond,
his,
right?
Wasn't that his last movie? That's when he quit acting, I think.
I think so. I think that's right.
Yeah.
Gregory Harrison in First Daughter, First Target, and First Shot. Not the same First Daughter as the Michael Keaton one.
Okay.
Let's see. I just like pulling out the interesting ones. Vantage Point had your William Hurt as President Harry Ashton.
Yeah.
Samuel Jackson in Big Game.
Okay.
What?
Kevin James in Pixels. James Earl Jones in The Man.
Okay.
Ben Kingsley was the president that took over at the end of Dave. As the
Oh,
vice president.
yeah, he
That
got
role.
sworn in. We could have used him.
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Yep. Ronald Lacey in The Ventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension. Tiny Lister. Come on. How could you guys forget Tiny Lister?
Oh, Tiny
in the
Lister
Fifth
in,
Element?
in freaking Fifth Element.
Yep.
Yeah.
But wasn't he president of the
Yeah.
world? I don't think that one counts.
Yeah,
he's
it's
listed
president
in
of the
here
universe.
as he's listed as the president. So in this case, it was in
Oh,
this list. But yeah, I see what you're saying. The world president.
yeah.
Bob Newhart in First Family. Jack Nicholson, Mars Attacks. Come on.
Oh, shit.
Bob Odenkirk in Long Shot last year.
Okay.
President Bob Odenkirk. Let's see. Kevin Pollak in Deterrence. Jonathan Pryce in the 2 G.I. Joe movies.
Okay.
Dennis Quaid in American Dreams and Randy Quaid in Mail to the Chief.
Okay.
John Ritter in a movie that we've got to watch at some point for Film Set called Americathon. I remember seeing this movie. I was 10 years old and saw this in theaters, and it freaked me out because Harvey Korman gets shot in it, and for whatever reason, that's what I remember about the movie.
Wow. All right.
Tim Robbins and Austin Powers, Cliff Robertson, Escape from L.A. Sorry, just coming up with a couple. William Sadler, Iron Man 3. Roy Scheider, Chain of Command, Executive Target, and The Peacekeeper. 3 different movies, 3 different presidents.
Was Dabney
Executive
Coleman ever a
Target.
president in any movie? Did you say that earlier?
No, Dabney. Surprisingly, no.
Oh, Dabney Coleman would have been a great
Feels like-
president. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels like he would have been one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Luke Wilson takes over as President Joe Bowers, aka Not Sure, in Idiocracy.
Right. All right. Yeah.
Patrick Wilson, the Owl, becomes president in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice.
Great.
Oh.
Great. Martha.
And many President Frankensteins, including David Carradine and Sandy McCollum and in Death Race.
I think we did all right with the ones we covered
You
just
did
because they were
just
mainstream.
fine, yes, exactly.
We did okay. We already did Michael Douglas for the American president.
Yes,
That's one that I got.
perfect.
Well done. You know what that means, Paul? You're not only a winner, but you're a winner chicken dinner.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
That means these codes are yours. You just have to send an email to briancoverville@gmail.com and he will give you your codes and you will forever be Calgary's greatest human being. How do you feel?
Pretty good.
Good.
Feeling better since I missed D&D with Brian on Saturday night. So.
Oh, yeah, there's that Paul.
Is that
Hey, yeah, we
Paul?
missed you.
Yeah.
How's your hand?
All right. 5 stitches.
I need some context.
You got him, he cut himself with a knife preparing some stuff for Mother's Day. Is that right? And had to go and get
Wow.
stitches.
Is that-
Barbecuing burgers and slipped with the spatula when I was trying to separate them.
Oh gosh.
Tina did
Ew.
exactly the same thing. She was trying to separate hamburgers with a knife and cut right into the center of the palm of her hand,
Oh my
God.
like
Gosh.
frozen Costco patties, and cut into
You
it.
Well,
gotta
and the
keep 'em
problem
separated.
with doing it with a spatula's kind of thick. That means any cut from that is like a big beefy terry cut. That's gnarly, dude.
Yeah,
All
exactly.
right, we feel for you. Best of luck, and I hope it heals freaking quick. and also live at...
I'll just DM you in our D&D chat and give you the codes there.
Oh, yeah, do that. You guys have a little chat. You can do that there.
Exactly.
Thank you, Paul. Brian Dunaway and I have a show called The Boop Show. We're doing one today. Last week we couldn't. Had a meeting. Couldn't do it. But this week we are. It's about video games. That's happening today, 3:30 Mountain Time with me and Brian Dunaway. Can't wait. Frogpants.tv at 3:30 Mountain Time. Right here at frogpants.tv. I keep repeating myself. All right. Hey, Dunaway. Anything else you want to say? Any kind of advice?
Yeah, if
thoughts?
you want to check out the Boop Show tonight on Frog Pants TV.
Just say it all again. May as well just repeat it one more time. Not a problem. He's the Brian Dunaway on Twitter. Follow him there. Kiss our butts.
Do it.
All right. He's gone.
Very good.
He's finally gone, Brian. He's out of here.
Oh, finally, we can talk about him again. Oh, that Brian Dunaway. Oh, jeez.
Truth. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Mr. Steven Schleicher of Major Spoilers fame will be here. We're going to chat with him, see what's going on, and who knows after that. I know we have a mashup today, so that'll be fun. Yay. Stick around. Before that all happens, though, let's play a song at the break. What do you got?
For sure. Let's go to Reykjavik, Iceland for an indie band called VAR, V-A-R. And I want to say I've played these guys before on the show, but they have a brand new album that came out.
The sound of Andre taking a fart? Well, they were loud. Big man, big fart.
The morning stream. We wish you were here.
All right, we're back, everybody. Welcome back to the program. Boy, I can't wait to tell you what that clip's about. I don't want to give it away.
Really?
But
okay.
That fart clip is an important one for Wednesday.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
Wednesday's recommendal. More on that later, Brian.
Nice.
But not now.
Not now.
Not
if not now, when?
If not us, then who? Okay, not Dunaway. Steven time.
Yes.
Going to enter the fray here. And Discord changed a thing again. There we go. Okay. Get the Rings of Ringage again. And we'll give him a shot. See what's going on in his life. But first, this. Steven. All the way from Hays, Kansas. Major Spoiler Zone Steven Schleicher joins us on this Monday. Steven, welcome back to the show.
Oh, thank you, Scott. Good morning, Scott, and good morning, Brian.
Oh,
good morning.
It's good to have you here. I thought of you over this weekend and had a weird dream about you. Do you want to know how the dream went?
Sure.
Okay.
Why not?
Here's how the dream went. Steven was holed up, as many of us are, in a semi-quarantine state. And for some reason in the dream, the thing was that the virus came and it left, and then everybody was kind of getting back to their lives, but nobody knew where Steven was. And so in this dream, we had to go looking for you. So we went to Hays, Kansas to find you. And it turns out you were so holed up that your kids were all downstairs and everything, but you were up in some sort of attic. And you had been up there pooping in a bucket and using old comic books to wipe your butt with.
That's really kind of on target, because I feel like today I've reached the overly gassy stage of stay at home.
Oh, good. Well, then those comics.
I'm gonna guess it was copies of Marvel's US 1 is what he was using to wipe himself.
Yeah, it was a lot of like the reboot of what was the one that was so big in the 80s? Everyone loved it in 87, but then
Secret Wars.
Secret
Wars 2.
Yeah, Secret Wars 2. You use that to wipe your butt first, and then
Jerry
work your way
Curl
down.
Beyonder.
Exactly. Anyway, that was a weird dream, and I didn't like it, and I woke up happier because
I wouldn't like it either.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Pooping in a bucket, not high on my list of things to do.
No, or using comics. It was just you methodically, though. Okay, so picture, if you will.
Yeah, they'd have to be old comics. I mean, it would have to be, because that would be the stuff that would have a little bit more grip to it.
Yeah.
New comics with the slick paper. Oh, no, you don't want to use that stuff.
Yeah, you need the old like newsprint type stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's all fibery and full of wood and everything. And in the dream, just picture, if you will, you sitting, very serious faced, big scraggly beard going.
Yeah, well,
on the thing, just methodically and slowly, with your eyes staring at us hard, just tearing sheets off of your comics and then using them in this way. That's how it was.
Read a page, rip a page.
There you
Read
go.
A page, rip a page.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. All right. Anyway.
Ooh, it's a Hostess fruit pie ad. I got this one as a bonus.
Yeah.
Gotta save that one.
Nice.
Also, for those of you that don't know what the heck US 1 was, a Marvel comic about a truck driver
Yeah.
going
Hold
from
on.
town to town and having adventures.
Hold on. What
I think
did
it
he?
lasted all of like 10
Marvel's
issues or
BJ
something.
and the Bear, basically.
Is that
That's what it
true?
was.
I didn't know that was a
Yeah.
thing. What? Tell me what kind of adventures? What would he do?
I think it only went like a couple of issues.
I want to say like at least 10, maybe a dozen issues. Yeah.
What was it called?
gotta
Highway.
look it up.
What was the name?
US 1, US 1, but
US1.
the logo was an interstate marker sign, like it was an interstate.
Okay.
1983, based on I didn't realize based on license of the US 1 trucks slot truck toy line from Tyco Toys. So slot car races.
Oh, look at this.
And lasted 12 issues. It was among the first line of books edited by Ralph Macchio, not the Karate Kid Ralph Macchio though.
There are other Ralph Macchios. Wow.
But Al Milgrom wrote the series, and artwork was by Herb Trimpe, Frank Springer, and Steve Ditko.
Wow. That's something else.
His enemy was Baron von Blimp, a villain based out of a dirigible. Baron von Blimp.
Wait, a guy that just flew in a dirigible or was based on one? Was like an actual dirigible?
Based out of, like his home base was a dirigible.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Weird thing. I kind of want to read
Don't
it
worry,
now.
Don't worry, coming to the MCU in 2021.
Yeah.
Can I find this? I want to find this.
Yeah.
You can. We
Okay.
did. If
Rich
anybody's,
John just posted a photo of the first issue. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
if anyone is one of our patrons over at patreon.com/major spoilers,
Yeah.
we have a thing where we make Matthew review horrible comics
Yeah.
as a reward tier for people.
Yeah.
And he did US 1 not too long ago.
Sounds really, really stupid,
Yeah.
but I kind of am into it. All right. Hey, Steven, good news from Marvel, I guess. Or, I don't know, it depends on how you look at this, but Marvel has decided to go digital first with new runs.
Yeah, this is really weird because last week we were talking about how Diamond said, yes, we'll begin shipping comics on May 20th. And then Marvel was like, we'll begin shipping comics on May 27th.
Yeah.
And then they were going to alternate, print and trades every other week. But then at the end of last week, they said, hey, beginning this week, we're going to have a bunch of digital first titles. And so starting this week, Ant-Man #4, Avengers of the Wastelands #4, Ghost Spider #9, and Ravencroft #4 will all hit the digital airwaves, whether that is the Comixology app or the Marvel app, but probably not the Marvel website store because that is shutting down as of, I want to say, June 1st is when they sent the announcement out about that, and they're not even letting you buy new digital comics over there.
Wow.
But the weird thing about this, and this is really weird because Ant-Man #4 was originally supposed to be part of that first wave of comics coming back. The way that the press release came out about this and the way a bunch of other sites have reported about this is that these comics probably won't see a physical print edition until the series is collected in trade.
Okay.
So that means that either these books were not doing really great, although Ghost Spider was, I think, number 89 last month in the top 500 comic book list. So it had over 20,000 readers on that. But just for them to have these out as digital first and print editions coming much later in the year really sounds weird.
It is weird. Is this going to be on like Marvel's?
It'll be on their app,
Okay.
but it won't be on the digital comic
Not-
website.
not
And
part-
it'll also be
It's not the subscription though. You're not going to be able to get it through that, right? Because that's all
No,
just
no,
old
no.
stuff. Okay.
right. But you can get it on the Comixology app as well.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I've been still using Comixology. Has there actually? This is a good question. In the digital comics space, has anybody risen to the top in the in the same way that Comixology sort of is still the name you think of when you think of digital comics, or are they still kind of
No,
the thing?
and I talked about that this week on Finally Friday, is that it seems like a lot of these publishers, when Comixology first launched with that first iPad way back, 10 years ago or whatever it was, everybody was like, oh yeah, this is going to be the wave of the future. And then people were like, wait a minute, we have to pay another company to do our digital apps. We'll just do our own. And so like Archie and Dark Horse and DC and Marvel and all the publishers seem to have some kind of their own version of Comixology.
Yeah.
But none of them have risen to the top like the Comixology app has. Some companies like Image Comics, if you go to their website and you buy a comics digitally, often it will include a DMR free or DRM free PDF version of that comic as well.
Yeah, that's interesting.
but none has the reach that Comixology has, because for those of you that don't know, Comixology owned by Amazon.
Yeah, that's true. And I always kind of thought they'd do like, I don't know, more with it because it's Amazon. So Amazon would have more. I don't know. They got more to do with it. Like when they bought, they do more with things like other stuff they bought, like Audible has done more stuff since Amazon acquired them. Twitch has done way more stuff since Amazon acquired them. I kind of thought that you'd end up seeing something similar happen to Comixology, and it just, I don't know, it's just still sort of Comixology. There's nothing special going on. I don't know, like more, I don't know, a better value for what it is, and better comics on it, and better, I mean, I guess the deal is that if those guys are going to be holdouts, being Marvel and DC and you know, publishers like that, maybe it doesn't matter who owns it. If they're going to be holdouts and want to do their own thing, why would they work with Amazon?
So the point that I was getting at is especially with the announcement that this Marvel digital website is shutting down, is that I think that these companies now are starting to realize, man, this is a lot of headache and hassle for us to deal with this.
Yeah.
It's much easier to let Comixology deal with all this. So, you know, you can find all the publishers in fact, you can probably find more publishers on Comixology than you can in a comic book store. And so that's, you know, kind of a big deal. Now, I think the biggest holdup for Comixology is the fact that new comics have to be sold at the same price as the physical comics. You know, if you go to Amazon today and you want to go buy Tom Merritt's new Trigger book, which fantastic read, by the way, for those of you that never read Pilot X, go get Pilot X and Trigger. But, you know, you can get that book at a discount when you buy it through Amazon.com.
Yeah.
You can't do that with Comixology because the agreement between the print publishers and the brick and mortar stores was that brick and mortars were worried that if they sold digital comics less than the physical comic, people would stop going to the comic book store, which is why so many comics still have that $3.99 cover price for something that is, you know, 10 cents worth of atoms or less.
Right. That's
now the exception to that is digital only releases. Like DC has these digital, they're not technically digital first, but these digital only releases. Yeah, the Superman Man of Tomorrow series, they're selling those 99 cents an issue because they don't expect to see another print version of that coming out. And plus, the very first print copy of those came out in those Walmart 100-page specials last year or something. So they're selling those for 99 cents. So if Comixology can ever get into a position where it'll be able to sell something at a discount or sell something for less than cover price, then I think that's when you'll see Comixology really jump up in people paying attention.
Yeah. Well, I'm super curious about, again, like I need to see this a year from now and see what the digital first thing does to the industry, whether it made a big dent, whether we're buying our comics differently, whether all the stores made it and are still open or not. Like, there's so many questions about the future of comics.
There was a report, and I think it's over at Comic-Con, that website, that last month did see a huge spike in trade paperback sales, kind of like what we expected. When there are no single issues available, people like Brian have gone out and bought the House of X and Powers of 10 trade paperbacks.
I'm about 3/4 of the way through. I'm loving it. It's really, really cool.
And so we're seeing more people buy the trades than single issues, obviously, because there's no single issues.
Right. That's super interesting. All right. Well, I was just curious. We'll see what happens. And I mean, I feel like there's a lot of back and forth right now. These guys announced that. You think you're going to hear something from those dingleberries at DC who'll go, well, guess what, digital first. Well, guess what we're going to do?
Well, but DC has been doing digital first. That's the thing. And that was the big thing that got at the first of the month.
That's right.
Literally the first of the month was like a week ago. 2 weeks ago in April, when DC had announced they were going to start doing all their digital first stuff, the comic book stores went into a huge tizzy fit.
Yeah.
Hissy fit, tizzy, whatever. And then when Marvel announces, hey, we're taking all of these books and we're going to do digital first on that, and the print will come later in the year, haven't heard a single comic book store raise a peep about it.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. All right. Well, may the fight continue. Steven, anything going on majorspoilers.com you'd like people to point their eyeballs at this week?
Oh, man. We've had a lot of people comment on the series, So You Want to Read Comics, for people that are wanting to get into comics and don't really know kind of where to start. We've been doing a series, one of our writers has been doing a series called So You Want to Read Comics, and he's approaching these comics from a couple of different standpoints. Like here's comics that are for superhero. Here's comics that are non-superhero. This week he has So You Want to Read Comics, the Crime Edition, and he's looking specifically at comics that evoke the 1930s through 1950s feel. And one of them, which I highly recommend as well, that he has on his list this week is Black Sad, a European comic that from Dark Horse is published in English. Fantastic series. So you can go check that out. Looks like we're doing these for the foreseeable future every Monday. And it's got some good recommendations for people that want to get into comics and maybe are looking for something different than, Marvel or DC.
Yeah. Well, you're a fine source for this sort of stuff. People should check it out. MajorSpoilers.com. Steven Schleicher is Major Spoilers on Twitter. And it's always a pleasure to have you here. Any last second advice before I let you go?
Stay Hydra.
Yeah. Oh, that went.
Wait a minute.
That was a twist.
Oh,
It was a bit of a twist there at the end. I didn't expect that.
Hey, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., by the way, coming back, I think, later this month.
Yeah? How's that show? I've never seen it. Not once.
Really? Not any of them?
None of them. I don't know why. It seems like a thing I should watch. I don't know what's wrong with me.
It's had its good seasons and it's had its bad seasons. And I did like the way the last couple seasons have gone. So.
Well, what are we now? I think it came out in, 2011, 2012 or something? And it's been around for a while, right?
It has, yeah.
Final season? Jeez.
This is the final season, and I think it's a shortened season, too. But
if somebody wants to make me like one of those, how they do with Doctor Who, like here's all the stuff you should see and here's what you should avoid.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Like here are the shows, here are the episodes you need to watch, kind of thing.
Yeah, I want to see that. So it came right after Avengers movie, so that was probably 2012 or 13. It started. Okay, well there you have it. All right. On that note, we continue down the dark road, which is playing mashups from our good friend Jamie. And today we have one, no exception. This is called TMS on Broadway. I have a feeling there's some singing here. So enjoy this. Hopefully it's not too embarrassing. Here you go. No penises out.
Nope. Penises put away. Put away your penises.
I hear you don't like my YouTube video and you think I might be gay.
I want to see your pig. Where's your pig? Let me see your pig.
I'll show you. It's upstairs. I'll show you my pig.
Hey, Brian, show me your pig.
Show me your pig.
I'm never going to financially recover from this. Where's the Declaration of Independence? I mean, where's my tiger? Rip their arm clean off. I could eat Walmart meat for hours.
Something going on in my monkhood. Anyway.
Guys, making trouble in my monkhood.
Shot me in the testicle. Got out of there. Went and lived with my aunt in Bel Air.
This is the story all about how I got defrocked and waved to the hooskow.
Then I had to get off my butt because I shot my neighbor right in the nut. All right? I'm also working on a sequel to Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. We'll be looking for that in 2021. Also,
yeah.
Me and Dolly Parton getting back together for Rhinestone 2.
Yeah, I mean, look.
Want a vitamin?
He's into it, man. He's into it.
You have to take your clothes off
to have a good time.
Yep.
Oh, no. He also had a follow-up single, We Should Go Out and Pull Weeds to Keep the Yard Clean. Oh, yeah.
You know what he was? He was a 1980s never nude.
Yeah, I think so, exactly.
Yep.
Maybe instead of kissing, we could just play Monopoly.
Yakuza.
Yeah. Keep going.
Like a dragon for the very first time. Yakuza.
I'm so glad
like a dragon.
I cut to John at the right moment. He was just going,
one more time.
Nope.
Nope.
Dogs have brains. That's from the Broadway musical Do Dogs Have Brains?
Yeah.
Do dogs have brains?
Because
I really wanted to know.
See? You know the words.
TMS the musical. Here we go.
I don't like bees. Are you prepared for my limp penis? Are you prepared for my limp penis?
They wouldn't give us any more fish.
Tomatoes were black and they're not supposed to be black.
Oh my gosh. You always remember that tomatoes are black thing, and I always forget what the hell that is. We should play it just for people.
It's one that's triggered for me by thinking about We Asked for More Fish, because they came out around the same time as far as in the clips, the soundboard clips, and so I always connect those two.
Here it is.
Tomatoes were like black, and tomatoes aren't supposed to be black.
What a weird thing. Such a weird thing, man. Weird.
They're not, though. That's true.
Yep, he's not wrong. All right, well done. Thank you, Jamie. As always, Jamie is TMS Mashups on Twitter. You can follow him there. Make suggestions to him about dumb stuff we say that he may want to go capture. He does yeoman's work every Monday.
Does and we
sometimes
say a lot
more
of dumb stuff.
Oh yeah, it's beyond dumb at this point.
Dumb stuff.
And sometimes he does stuff that, like here's a whole bonus one we'll probably pay tomorrow or Wednesday called Scott Pronounces Things, and it's called Lotta Penis. So that'll be fun. Whatever that is. Yeah. So anyway, big thanks to him and all he does. Quick reminder, we did another class for the free month of May art classes, my daughter and I, and she did it here physically in the studio because they were here all weekend. And anyway, that went up, and it's up on YouTube now. If you're looking for the gallery of all the art the kids made, I put that up as well. You can find all of it at frogpants.com/art class. And gear up for next week because it's going to be interesting. We have 3 more of these in May. And next week's is going to be real fun. So check it out if you haven't already. It's live on Saturdays at 1 p.m. until the month of May is over. A great place for your kids to draw and learn and have fun and be creative and not be driving you nuts for at least an hour and a half with us. Okay? All right. Brian, you got anything to mention before we go today?
Nothing. Megadeth is going to be our next. Well, I guess it's not going to be the very next soundography that gets posted to the website, but that's what I'm currently listening to is Megadeth.
Oh, very
so that's why it's on top of mind. Yeah, that's a band that just grabs you by the ears and forces you to pay attention and listen. You can't I was probably going to work on some freelance and listen to some Megadeth. Nope, it's one or the other, Brian.
Yeah.
It's not both.
You're all in. You can't pull away. I get that. I used to love Megadeth. I don't know that I've heard them in a long time, so I don't know if it holds up for me. So I would be curious in that episode. I will have to tune in.
It's been my least of the big 4.
Oh, interesting.
Least favorite of the big 4. Least of the big 4. Least favorite of the big 4.
So remind me, wasn't the singer dude
Dave Mustaine
was with Metallica until he just drank and partied too much and they kicked him out, right? Isn't that the deal? Isn't that where Mustaine came from?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. We haven't done the show yet, but that might be part of the biography right there.
All right. I think that's a thing. That part's interesting. It's kind of, it is. Chatham saying yes. I don't know.
Luskinen says yes. So there you go.
We'd have to get some confirmation. But
well, that's one piece of information that I now don't need to look up.
Exactly. Imagine partying so hard that you get kicked
out
of
Metallica. Yeah.
That you actually get kicked out of Metallica, not joined in by all the partying. That's how much partying you're doing.
This guy was too extreme, so we kicked him out of the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah. There's another piece. What's the other thing? Oh, not Tom Morello. Who's the guy that's the Jerry was a race car driver. Can't think of
Primus.
Primus, the bassist for Primus and the singer
Les Claypool.
Les Claypool had auditioned to be bassist for Metallica, and they told him he was too crazy good and deserved not to be in their crappy band, that he was going to do something special by himself. And so he left. Dude, Metallica, I don't know why, just fascinated by that band. So anyway,
they're a fascinating band.
Megadeth this week.
Megadeth. Well, no, not even this week. This week is going to be, because I have to post it later today. I'll tell you, it's going to be the Runaway. Oh no, sorry, Ben Folds. Ben Folds is our subject.
Does he fold 5 or?
Yeah, we talk about the 5 as well, but we focus on his whole career, both with the group and solo.
Did he ever fold 2 or 3? Was it always 5 when he folded them?
He always folded 5.
Okay.
He never folded a smaller number than 5.
All right. Well, he did his part.
Say folds 1. Ben folds 1 is what he currently is doing.
There you go.
Although Ben folds 5 was 3 guys. It was like Bare Naked Ladies, where it was a misnomer, a joke.
I didn't know that. Really?
There were not really 5 people in Ben Folds 5. Yeah, there were 3 people in Ben Folds 5.
He is forever burned into my brain. That band and him are burned into my brain for that one song that was real sad and quiet. Yep.
Yeah.
And it was yes, that's the one.
Apartment.
And I'm in a car, a crappy one at that, driving in sub-zero temperatures in Salt Lake City, coming home from work, where I used to live in West Jordan. And specifically how everything looked, everything's all iced up. You can't see a glimpse of blue.
Soundtrack to that song.
Every time I hear that song or even think of those guys, that's what I think of is that moment.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Makes
Burned
sense.
into my head.
It fits. Like it feels like a cold, snowy Midwest morning kind of thing.
Yeah, it's really weird. Anyway, so that's something to look forward to. In the meantime, big thanks to everybody who supports us at patreon.com/TMS, especially those who show up for our TMS PM episode each week, because without you guys and your support, we don't have that episode. So if you want to be a part of that, you want to hear the extra content, go to patreon.com/TMS and sign up, frogpants.com/TMS for everything else. That's going to do it. Brian, let's leave, but let's not leave unless we play a song.
Okay. So Dave from North South Texas, yes, North South